Hello and welcome to the new semester, and this is your facilitator Dr. Yahya Noori. So this is a 2 credit hours course, and as you all know already that we are going to talk about the basic understanding of genetics, gene regulation and the effect of food on how the genes get affected or the gene regulation changes with the type of food, the type of lifestyle you have. So before jumping into the first lecture, which is about the basic understanding of genetics, the basics of the science of genetics, I would want to talk a little bit about the course itself. So this course is an undergraduate 2 credit hours course, and we have, since it is an online course, we have distributed the work and the learning into different portions. So you will have 5 lectures like this one, and after each lecture you will be given an assignment which you have to do individually. And then comes the role of groups. You will be divided into groups of 3, and you can submit your names to the CRs after this class, and you can email those names. The CR will get in touch with you. In groups of 3 you can contribute. And now what is going to happen at the end of this course, and during the last classes you will be given a case, and what you'll have to do is that you will role play as a consultant, a nutritional consultant, to explain the counselee what that particular case has in it and what the counselee should do in terms of changing his diet, changing his lifestyle, and how is it going to affect the gene regulation in his life. And again, this is going to be a slightly difficult task to explain to a common person, that how genes work and how this is going to affect his life, but that's your job, to make it easy for a common man to understand. So that's the first collaborative activity you are supposed to do. Then there are certain collaborative activities which you are supposed to do as a class. So after each class we will have a summary of the class written by you. Each of you has to contribute, or I would say each of you is encouraged to contribute. We will set up a wiki page on the Moodle site, and you will be needed to populate that and give your views and your opinions, and along with whatever you have learned in the class. So it will contribute towards the summary of the whole session which we are going to have over here. The second part would be that you will be given a list of scientists who are working in the molecular biology section, or who are working in the areas of genomics and genetics research in the university. And in the same groups of 3 you're supposed to go to them and ask for an appointment, tell them you're working for you're a student of the Nutrigenomics course, and I've already talked to them, but you need to introduce yourselves, and if it's possible, share the list of questions, read about them a little bit, what they are doing on their pages, and then you can go and talk to them about their work. And it would be good to have sort of a small video to explain what you have learned from them, and it would also help other people as well. You can share that on the Facebook group on which I'm going to talk about in a bit of time. After that, in the same groups you're supposed to search for certain articles which talk about nutrigenomics, which talk about nutrition and genetics in high impact factor journals. You can find the list easily. I'll provide you the links, and then you can make a presentation out of it, and we will have that presentation at the end of this course. Probably it's going to be an online presentation, but if we get a chance and the lockdown eases, then we can have an on-site presentation as well. You need to be prepared for both of them. For discussions, what we are doing, and to share with the world what we have learned, I will set up a Facebook page and Facebook group, and that group would be Nutrigenomics 2020, and you can all contribute your learnings towards that particular group. And lastly, we will also use the hashtag of Nutrigenomics 2020 on Twitter, and we can tweet about whatever we have learned about the interviews, about our learnings, the papers we are studying, the stuff we are going to learn in the lectures, and we can talk about it with the world. We can share it with the wider world. All the stuff which you are supposed to do is online, has been uploaded on the Moodle site, and you can check how to use the LMS, how to use the Moodle site, how to do all these things, and it's easy. But if you have a problem, you can email to the course assistant, and he will probably be more than happy to guide you. Lastly, why are these things and how are these things important? How do we think that they are going to contribute towards your learnings? The lectures are going to disseminate what the crux of the knowledge you need to have, and expanding that knowledge on your own, we will give you certain assignments, and we will tell you what we expect from you. Writing the summary of the class will help you reconsolidate whatever you have learned, and to expand it, to apply it, you can go and talk to the scientists for your second collaborative task, and ask them what they are doing in the application area of the genetics and genomics regarding their research. And the third thing, the presentation on the latest research will allow you to learn and to explain to others what is being done in the field of nutrigenomics in the latest times, and what are the ways forward, and where can you exceed, where can you excel, and where can you go and exceed the expectations of anyone regarding what you know after you have done this course. So that's all from me, and we can now move on to the first lecture. And after this lecture, what you need to understand, what you need to do, what you have to apply. So you need to explain what is the basic dogma of molecular biology, what are the differences between mitosis and meiosis, what is the process, explain the process of transcription, translation, and cell division, and we'll talk about its application in detail, and the rest of the stuff will be covered in the assignment. Thank you very much.